There is an incoming pump on the pi price action, the 4-hour chart. Look at it right at this very point. Market is going to, from this very point where we're seeing this bullish candle forming right now, move all the way to the upside, and I'm going to do a detailed analysis on this. And of course, if you are on the Telegram channel, you discover that we are still in this very pi position right at this very point, and markets have not really go above our entry point. If you look at where the entry point is within this very price region right here, and look at where the market is right now, it's still within that entry point, and I believe market is going to move upward. I'm going to do a detailed analysis in this very video. And on the Bitcoin price chart right at this very point, discover that market is moving significantly all the way to the upside. What next for the price of Bitcoin? Are we going to see this move continue into 90, 91 and $92,000, or we're going to see a retracement within this very area to the downside before continuation? And on the Pi blockchain, if you look at the mainnet, a lot of things are ongoing right now with so many coins being released into circulation. All of this and many more in this very video, so watch this video all the way along. The most important thing right here is the fact that market is going to move upward, and this incoming pump is not going to be that significant, but a pump is going to come in the price of pi. What I mean by this is, if you take a look at where the market is right now and what price action have been doing in the past, if you look at it very well, right at this very point, discover that market move a little bit upward, come back down, move upward, come back down, which mean if you notice the way market move right here, there is a good bear bars, that is candlestick coming downward. But if you look at what is going on right here, you discover that this very bear candle are very choppy, okay, which mean the bears are gradually fading out of the market, giving way for the bulls to take control all the way to the upside. And that is why I believe market is going to move up from this very point to the upside. And that very move is not going to be just sharp into this very area. That possibility is there. Market can just move sharply into this very area, but we are going to see the market move gradually, in my opinion, into this point of interest, this very area right here. And this is what you must have to pay attention to right now if you want to be in the right direction of the market. And of course, if you are in this position with us, then you need to be following on updates on what this very price action is going to do, because if you notice, this very trade is not a very long trade, it's a very short trade, that if market come into this very point right here, it will hit our target and we will close for a good profit. And that is what I am expecting right now. And if you look at the market again, if you see this very area of support, market also have the capacity of coming back down into this level of support, and then before that move all the way to the upside. But that is just 40%. 60% market is going to move upward, 40% market can come back down, retest here, and still move upward. In any case, we are going to still hold this position and see what the market is going to play out on the price action. And that is what you must have to pay attention to as well if you really want to be in the right direction of the market. Now, finally, on this very note, if you notice, the market is not just moving very well, and for that pump to come in, for us to be very sure that the market is going to move all the way to the upside, market have to break out on this very level of resistance. It's very important for us to see a bullish candle that move upward and close above this very area of resistance right here. Once we see that, then the market is going to begin to move all the way to the upside into this very point. That is the only thing I am expecting to happen on the price action for me to guarantee the fact that market is going to move upward, in my opinion. And that is very important. And if you look at the 1-day chart, we are still in a downtrend on the 1-day chart. And like I said earlier, I believe market have possibility of coming back to this very area of 0.40, and that is just 40%. Market can come back down to this very area, but that is just 40%. and the market is not going to come back into this very area again, because some person are expecting for the market to still come back down into this very listing level of 0.01, but that is not what I am expecting. 60% market is going to move upward, 40% is going to come back down and retest on this very 0.40 area before the next move to the upside on the 1-day chart. Pay attention on the 1-day chart. Why? On the 4-hour chart, if market breaks here, market is going to move upward into this very point of interest. This is what you need to pay attention to right now if you are on this very trade, and also if you are mining Pi or want to take a position on Pi. BTC USDT 4-hour chart. If you look at this very price action, it is what we're in a trade within this very point for market to move into this very area. But we left that trade when the market began to have this correction, and I was thinking that the market is going to come back down and give us another opportunity to buy for the market to move upward. And when we exit that trade with little profit, you can check that out on this very Telegram channel. The trade is there, and if you look at it, market moved down a little bit and then begin to move all the way to the upside. But right now, market have already crossed our expected target right at this very point. If you notice, markets have moved into the 89 and about entering into the $90,000 level, which is very significant. Right now, markets have possibility of retracing, and this is very important on the 4-hour chart to be very specific. So if you look at it very well, from this very point where the market is right now of 89,500 to this very area of 91 right here, expect the market to retrace, and this retracement is very, very important. Market should retrace within this very area to the downside before continuation upward, and the area you should expect market to retrace into is, first of all, this very point right here. We have this very area of support. Market is going to come into this very point, or market come back down into this very area. This is very important, and you must have to pay attention to this. These two areas are very, very important. So when the retracement comes in and market move from this very region right here, expect the market to move into this area before the next move to the upside, or the market move from here into this very area before the next move to the upside. In any case, we're going to take a buy position, and I'm going to drop that very signal right here in this very Telegram channel. So if you've not joined the channel, join right now. The link in the description of this very video and also in the pinned comment. It is a free channel. So on the 4-hour chart, expect market to retrace into this very area. We'll take a buy position upward, or market retrace back down into this very area. We'll also take a buy position or a long position on futures all the way to the upside. In any case, we're going to take a buy position, and pay attention to that very signal in the Telegram channel. BTC USDT 1-day chart, a very important breakout is ongoing right now. If we see this market breaks out of this resistance as we are seeing with this very current candle that is forming, then this is a game changer in the market, because if you notice when market was coming back all the way to the downside, if you notice here, market come down, we have little retracement, come down, little retracement, come down, little retracement, market come back down, and market has not broken out of any of this resistance right here, right at this very point, right at this very point, and right at this very area. Which means if we see the market breaks out where the market is right now, this is a game changer. Bitcoin is going to begin to move upward into the 100k and 100k plus level, and this is super important. Why is it important? Because if we begin to see that momentum come into the price of Bitcoin, every other altcoins, or 95% of altcoins out there, is going to begin to move upward as well with BTC, and this is super important, so that you can begin to take your position if you've not, or take a long position if you've not. And this is what we need to pay attention to. So what I am looking at on the 1-day chart is for this very candle that is forming right now to close bullish above this very point of important resistance right here. Once we see that, then market have a greater capacity of beginning moving into the 100k and 100k plus level on this very price action. This is what I am looking at right now. You may be paying attention to something very different, and that is very okay. And this is what you should also keep your eye on if you really want to be in the right direction of the market. And if you look at the Pi mainnet, there is an increase in the circulating supply. That means about 88 million plus Pi coin have been released into circulation. Look at the currently unlocked mining reward have increased significantly by 88 million plus, which mean the migrated mining reward have increased, which is equal to the circulating supply, and the effective total supply have increased already. Now, despite this release of Picoin into circulation, I still believe that this price action is still going to move upward. Some person thought that the market is going to come back down when that release happened, but I am still looking at the market moving from here all the way to the upside despite the release of more Pi token into circulation. And this is super important. Consider supporting this channel by leaving a like for this video, subscribe if you have not, and turn on the bell notification for more crypto videos like this one. Also check the channel for all that crypto content. Join our Telegram channel, the link in the description and also in the pinned comment of this very video, and join. It is a free channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.